Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Rabbi.
A good Chodesh Tov. Um, we are learning Mishna Sotah, Parak Ches, Chapter 8, Mishnah Vav, Mishnah 6. All right. So we have gone through all the presentations made by the Kohen, made by the officers, and now the Torah concludes after that whole discussion with the following pasuk. And it shall be when the officers finish speaking to the nation, they shall appoint leaders of legions in front of the people. Okay, that's the quote. That's the quote of the pasuk. They shall appoint leaders of legions at the head of the people. The Mishnah that's where the pasuk ends. The Mishnah adds uba'kevay shalam, and they also are going to have positioning men in behind the people. I mean, the pasuk says they're going to appoint leaders of legions at the front of the people. The Mishnah adds, although not mentioned in the Torah, there were also people positioned behind the people. Now, what was the point of this? So, ma'amidim zekifim lifneim. They would position, zekifim means strong men, in front of the soldiers, in front of the ranks. And the purpose was ma'amidin, to lift them up. Ma'amidin zekifin lifneim. They would position these strong men in front of them. What was their purpose? Their purpose was to actually, if any of them had fallen, they would lift them up and encourage them to keep fighting. That was what it meant. That's what was the job of the ma'amidin zekifin lifneim, that they would appoint these strong men in front of them. And they would appoint others that would be me'achareim, that would be from behind them, meaning from behind the ranks. And what did they do? Listen to this. They held axes of iron in their hands. Okay? They held iron axes in their hands. And anybody who wanted to retreat, anybody who wanted to run away, the Mishnah said those people had permission, which means to cut off their legs. Why? Because the start of downfall is running away. Meaning if you have a few soldiers who decide to run away from the battlefield, that is something that can unfortunately be very contagious. And that will cause a downfall of the whole army. And the Mishnah then goes and shows sources that bring this out. Shenamar, as it says, this is a pasuk in Shmuel Aleph. Shenamar Nas Yisrael lefnei Plishtim. Israel fled before the Philistines. And there was a great slaughter among the people. The great slaughter took place after Israel began to flee. Because when you have people that start running away, then the other soldiers become demoralized, and they end up being slaughtered. And later on, also in the book of Shmuel, it's brought down another situation similar. And the men of Israel fled from before the Philistines. And they fell slain. So in all these psukim, you see that the beginning of the downfall was running away. And therefore, these people were positioned to stop that from happening, even to the point of, as it says, cutting off their legs. Now, you may wonder, okay, what's the basis for that? At the end of the day, what's the basis for that? So they explain here, that explanation is the following. The downfall of an army can begin with the flight of a few soldiers. Thus, one who runs away endangers the lives of others. This being so, he is deemed a rodef, a pursuer, i.e., one who pursues another to kill him, even if that is not his intent. Right, meaning you could be considered a rodef on someone, even if you don't mean to kill him, but you're in the process of actually causing his death. In order to stop a pursuer, it is permissible to injure or even kill him. The halach, I believe, is you got to first try to injure him. If that's not going to work, then you can kill him. Okay, so therefore, that's the basis here. being that the idea of those who run away will cause others to be killed, they are now again they're not trying to kill the other people. They're trying to save their own lives, but because they are causing, their actions are bringing about a danger to the other soldiers' lives, they're considered reitfim. They're considered, in English that word means pursuers. The halach is if somebody's pursuing someone to kill them, you're allowed to, if need be, kill that person who's doing the pursuing. So here, these people who are fleeing are considered reitfim, and therefore those people have those axes in their hands to stop it from happening. Hopefully, when the people are running away see the axe, that's going to stop them that's going to turn them around. And if need be, to actually stop them, they could actually injure them. And therefore, that was the point of those positioned behind the ranks. Now, something interesting to point out is the following. If you look back in the Mishnah said that you had others behind them, the Kashilin Shabar Zalbidehen, they had axes of iron in their hands, from Lakesh Lachzar, anybody who wanted to turn back, Rishus B'Yadai, Lekafeh Chashekav, each one of these people had permission to cut off his legs. Shetchilas Nisa Nafila. Now, the point of those words are, because the beginning of downfall is running away. But if you look at the words of the Mishnah itself, it reads, Shetchilas Nisa Nafila. The beginning of running away is downfall, which doesn't make sense. Right. And therefore, Martinura points out that, the wording is a little bit scrambled for whatever reason. And really, the way to read it and understand it is, Shetchilas Nafila Nisa. The beginning of downfall is running away. Have a wonderful day. Chodesh Tov, Agit L'Chodesh.
Thank you, Rabbi.